everyone. So most of you know I am going to Europe next month. 23 days now, maybe 22. Anyway, a little over 3 weeks. I am going over to Slovakia, Austria, and Hungary. And I got my box for this month, my food box, and it is from Austria. So I wanted to go ahead and make a video and actually show you what's in the box. It's kind of like a preview of snacks that I may actually see while I'm over there, which was really exciting to me. And so I wanted to share it. Got Mozart playing in the background. Couple little fun facts about Austria. Some of the greatest composers in the world come from Austria, and Mozart played his first ever concert at Schönbrunn Palace, which is a place that I'm going to be going, so super excited about it. And so let's get started and see what's inside. First, we've got here, welcome to Austria. And inside each box there's something cool. So there's a fun fact booklet, which is pretty cool to find out some of the interesting things about the country, which it also talks about famous composers, and of course The Sound of Music, which was filmed in Salzburg, which is also exciting for me. And there's also a list of everything that's inside the box, what kind of food it is, and where it came from. So a little history behind it. So first thing we have in the box, pizza rolls. That's exciting. It's funny, it says New American Style Kelly's. So interesting to see what's in here. I'm actually gonna try a couple bites of each one of these snacks. I haven't done that before, so we'll see what that's about here in a second. Okay. I'm not even sure how to pronounce this, but it looks like some kind of chocolate bar of some kind. Looks pretty good. We have a bag of okay, this is kind of cool. Oh, they're melted. One of the empresses, Cece, and we're actually going to see some of her stuff in the museum there at Schönbrunn Palace. These are chocolates with her picture on them, which is really neat. And also, we've got some more fancy historical people on these, which I'll look at here in a second and see who the fella is. So we've got those. It's exciting. Another one of the same brand here, and I'll read the descriptions in a moment. Let's see. Das Original. So we'll find out about that as well. And lastly here, it looks like some kind of wafer, and unfortunately these have been in the mailbox all day and it's hot outside, so these things feel, if they have chocolate, they're a little bit melted. But alright, well, let's dive in first and look at the pizza rolls. It says after World War II, an American soldier named Major Howard Morse Kelly decided that instead of returning to America after the war, he would stay in Austria. He and his Austrian business partner, Herbert Rost, founded American Popcorn Company in 1955. Says for several years, he experimented to find the right snack for the Austrian market. They tried popcorn, then chips, then cookies, nuts, and then pretzels. Their experimentation paid off. They scored a huge hit with Salty Pretzel Stick, which is the most popular pretzel brand in Austria. The company continues to experiment, as evidenced by these unique corn puffs meant to taste like American pizza. Why did we decide to send you an American flavor from Austria? Well, we think it's a fitting flashback to the company's start by an American founder, and because they're awesome. So let's see. Let's give them a whirl. Alright. They're the consistency of like a cheese puff. Smells like pizza. So there's actually a whole lot of them in here. Tons. I'll be sharing these with Zach later. It tastes like pepperoni pizza. And a cheese puff. Last month's box had peanut butter cheese puffs, which were kind of different, but it was okay. These are pretty good. Alright. Not too shabby. Let's see what's next on here. Tortennecken. I'm not even gonna try it. It's called apple strudel. So that's this one. Just give it a chance here. Let's see how this opens. I don't have any scissors. Oh, well, just tear it open. Oh, they're cool. They're like wafers, and they're in little triangles. So, let's see. Someone's texting me. Oh, wow. Okay. It tastes like apple pie, but in the little, like the wafers that we have here in America, like the chocolate ones and strawberry ones, but it's apple pie flavored. It tastes really great. It is exactly like those wafers that we have here. Let's see what this says about them. It says there's an old Austrian proverb that goes, first bake the strudel, then sit down and ponder. Okay. The Viennese library is home to the oldest known apple strudel recipe, which dates back to 1696. That's interesting. It says you can also ponder the similarities between apple strudel and baklava. Baklava's pretty great. Let's see. It's really, really tasty. Yeah, I enjoy that a lot. Let's see. The CC candies are next on the list, and they're melted, so I'm kind of afraid to open them up, but they're melted and squishy. She was like one of the most beautiful women in Austria. Kind of been doing my homework about, figuring out about her and all the places that we're going to be visiting. So, let's see. She was born in 1837, of Bavarian royalty. Let's see. So she was promised to marry the Emperor Franz. Let's see. Actually, Franz was supposed to marry her sister, but he thought she was more beautiful, so he married Sissy instead. And then they were engaged within 5 days and married 8 months later, and she became the Empress of Austria. Let's see. She had a crazy mother-in-law. It talks about that. Let's see. I know there's a lot of paintings about her being extremely beautiful. And yeah, she was obsessed with her own beauty. She had like really long hair and stuff. It's kind of cool to do some history and reading about them, and I'll have more. I'll know once I go there. But this is some kind of apricot chocolate truffle. Let's see. And the other person is Mozart, which is what I thought, but I wasn't gonna come out and be like, oh, it's Mozart. It says, why is Mozart's face on this chocolate? Let's see. At the time, it was common for business owners in Europe to name their products for famous people who were born in the region where their product was invented. Mozart was born in Salzburg, where these chocolates were first created. After hundreds of failed attempts here, we got the Mozart bonbon after this guy came up with several different recipes. The secret formula he spent years perfecting: a pistachio ball covered in nougat dipped in dark chocolate. Hey, that sounds really cool. Let's see. So that's the Mozart Kugel. Okay, cool. I'm probably butchering these words, but okay. Alright, let's try the Sissy chocolate. Like I said, the truffle here. It's melted, but maybe I should try this one later. Oh, it's really bad melted. I was wondering if it had her face on it. It's really rich. It's different than chocolate here. I'm gonna guess that's the truffle part and the apricot. That's very good. I'll save the other one for later. Put it in the freezer. I'm gonna try to salvage this wrapper too. Yum. Okay. I'm gonna hold off on the Mozart chocolate there, but there we are. There's his face. Pretty cool. I'll give you an update later on that Mozart. Alright, let's see what else we got. Okay. Okay, so this one here, it says this E word. I'm not gonna butcher it. It means corner in German, and this little wafer is meant to represent a tiny sliver that would have made up the best part of the famous torte cake. Fine almond cream is sandwiched between layers of wafers for a delightful chocolate treat. So let's see what's in there. More melted crap. Note to self, get your box out of the mailbox before. Alright, let's give it this melted chocolate tart. Oh my gosh. That is so good. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna love it over there. That is amazing. It tastes very similar to, I want to say, it's hard to explain. It's similar to baklava that I've had before, but, you can definitely taste the almond, which is better than pistachio, in my opinion. Oh man, that is so rich and good. It has a little bit of crunch on the top. That is perfect. So good. Yeah. Alright, moving along to this guy. It says here, in 1849, the Austrian baker Oscar, not gonna try that, found great fortune in the very simple creation. His moneymaker, a super thin, light wafer cookie that flew off the shelves during the 1800s. The wafers are a crucial part of beloved cake recipe for his torte, which is what I just ate, which is so good. To make the cake, his thin wafers are laid on top of each other with a delicate coating of chocolate spread between each wafer. After a stack of 12 wafers is added, there's covered in melted chocolate coating to finish off the cake. With this chocolate treat, you'll get a taste of the original torte, upgraded with fresh roasted hazelnuts in a convenient on-the-go format in a little bar. More chocolate, which is really frustrating, but it's melted. Okay. I'm just gonna take a bite of this because I'm gonna try to salvage the rest for later. Oh, this also has the little crispies on it. Yeah, you can taste the hazelnut. It's not as good as that almond one though. I'm gonna chuckle my fingers now. That's good. Pretty good. But like I said, not as good as the the previous one, but that thing was good. I'm gonna take a note with me, and if I run into those while I'm over there, I'm gonna eat those. Alright. This last little thing here is a coconut macaroon. More chocolate. They must like chocolate over there. I'm gonna love it. Okay, and wafers. Lots of wafers. So this is what it looks like. Dipped in chocolate, got wafer on the bottom, coconut on top. Let's see. It says, typically candle makers aren't people behind the best desserts in the world. Well, most candle makers aren't. But this guy, a gingerbread baker, candle maker, and coconut macaroon maker, say that 3 times fast, was different. In the early 1920s, he turned his coconut macaroon venture into an empire thanks to the suggestion of friendly salesmen. The salesman suggested dipping the coconut macaroons in chocolate, and he took the advice to heart. To create the perfect dip 3-layer macaroon, he used a wafer base for support of the fine chocolate cream to hold it all together. In 1982, the Austrian government granted them the power to display the national coat of arms in their advertising. The famous macaroons are now one of the top-selling sweets in Austria. To make matters even sweeter, this is the first time ever that these have been made available in America. So how cool is that? Alright, let's take a bite of this. Yeah, that's good. Coconut is toasted on top, which is really nice. The inside is kind of fluffy, and then we've got the chocolate that was a good suggestion from that guy. Pretty awesome. Yeah, those are really good too. There's nothing in this box that's bad. Definitely the most interesting thing are the pizza puffs. The most surprising thing was the almond torte cake. I'm really upset that some of my wrappers are all my chocolate's melted, but that's okay. This little thing here inside, it says The Hills Are Alive, which The Sound of Music is my all-time favorite musical. And it says, so you've seen The Sound of Music, and if not, you should. The story about the big Austrian family who escaped Nazi rule, but did you know that the Von Trapp family was a real family, and the movie was based on their lives? It takes a deeper look into behind the scenes of The Sound of Music. It gives a little history of Maria and Captain Von Trapp, the children, and about Austria. In here, there's also a really cool thing where you can stream music from Austria. And once you have, the booklet, they give you a link that you can go to listen. So you're kind of getting a culture and history of each country's box that you get, which is makes it a lot more fun. Let's see. One thing that's not mentioned about Austria in this book, in Vienna, there is the world's oldest amusement park, which I'm really super excited about going to. It's actually across from where we're staying, and the area was donated by the Habsburgs to become the first public area for the people to enjoy that they owned. I've got chocolate everywhere. But the area is now an open, kind of like a Lake Winnie kind of park. They have rides that you can pay to ride, where you can just walk around for free and check it all out. And it's open, super late every night. It's pretty much almost 24/7. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. It's going to be really cool. But this gives some information. Even about Hitler. He was actually born in Austria, moved to Germany in 1913 to serve in the German army in World War I. Austria is home of the oldest restaurant in the world, Did not know that. It's in Salzburg as well. Both Christopher Columbus and Mozart had eaten there. Oh, that's cool. The snow globe was accidentally invented. In 1900, he was trying to improve the brightness of an electrical light bulb when one day he decided to pour white powder called simonelia into the glass. He watched it fall to the bottom like snowflakes, and the beautiful new trinket was invented in Austria. And let's see. A paper cone is filled with candy and toys. It's given to Austrian children on the first day of school. They're meant to make the child's first day a little bit sweeter. And it probably includes some of these snacks that we have, which is really cool. Let's see. And then on the back, they always give you a clue as to what the next country is going to be. And it says, clue to next month's box. This is the land where the sun always rises, where the yums are kawaii and full of surprises. On this wild adventure, you'll have to be brave, but at the end, we'll promise there'll be new yums to crave. So we'll see what all that has to entail. But this video has been longer than I expected, but I'm really, really excited about this one, and it's near and dear to my heart. It's a preview of where I'm going. It gives me more excitement to want to be there sooner, and so I hope you enjoy. And I really, I don't get any kind of thing out of this other than I enjoy culture, and I love traveling, and this is a way for me to get just a little bit of a literal taste of other countries. And so I would hope that if this is something that you like, I mean, you probably spend $14 a month on snacks anyway. Why not order some from another country and get the pleasure of enjoying culture? So anyway, thanks, and hope you enjoy.